Hello, basketball nations, Raptors fans. How are we doing? So again, point, 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 point. We lost another game to the Phoenix Suns. I think it's 115 to 121 was the score. And the highlight of the game, I could say, which is a welcoming sign, is Siakam. He got, I think it was 35 points he got, which is really good because he hasn't been scoring a lot. But in this game, he showed up and he was really, really playing well. I have to say the least that he really showed up in this game. But with a team like, a team like the Phoenix Suns, you come with your A game. The defense on the Raptors is still lacking. They were leaving 3 pointers open, and like a guy like Jade Crowder has been hitting threes the whole night, and nobody have defended him. And then Booker got hot in the fourth and just went off. The Raptors perimeter's defenses are very, very weak. The old defense in a sense is weak. It's not like what we had last season and the season before. And yeah, we got two of our major centers that were really keeping our defense anchored is no longer with us because Masai Ujiri decided to make a gamble with those guys and trying to make room for Giannis, who wasn't even a free agent at the time. And what Giannis just re-upped with Milwaukee, and that was the end of that. So now making such a making such a gamble to try to save space for him really end up backfiring because he decided to stay with Milwaukee, and as a result, we end up losing Serge and we end up losing Gasol. And I think one of the things that Serge wanted, he wanted a 2-year contract, 2-year deal, which Messiah and the Raptors didn't, wasn't willing to do. And as a result, we end up losing those guys, and now here we are in a season where we only have won one game against New York, and New York has a better record than us. New York has won more games than us, so we're just not in a place where we're doing very well right now. Our defense is really lacking a lot. Our main thing is our offense because our offense is just complete garbage. I mean, we're not playing well from an offensive level. Like I said, the good sign last night was Siakam, who, like I said, had like 35 points. So he did really, really well. We just need that from a consistent level from him. But the defense has got to step up. You can't leave guys to be shooting threes. Norman Powell has another weak game. He didn't do that well. I saw him leave Jay Crowder open, and Jay Crowder just hitting shots from all over the court. Right, and then like I said, the fourth quarter, Booker came alive, and it was just pretty much that game was pretty much on ice. But for the most part, though, I have to say they were playing very well. I mean, other than the defense that was leaving 3 pointers open, if the Raptors had got that on, got on cap, then we probably would, we probably came close to winning that game, or it wouldn't be such a far deficit. But as it stands right now, those are things that we need to get better at, and most importantly, the offense. Like I said, they showed much better effort tonight by they were scoring, and like I said, Siakam was really playing a really, really good ball. Like I said, like this is the best game I've seen him played before the bubble, actually, because the bubble was horrible. The beginning of the season was horrible. So before the bubble, that's what Siakam was doing. That's the kind of points that Siakam was putting up. 20 plus points or even 30 points a game. So it's good to see he had such a good scoring game. The problem was the defense was very, very weak. We left so many 3 pointers open, and they just let us pay for every one of those guys that we left open. Phoenix Sun have a lot of shooters, and when you're not guarding your perimeter well, you're going to pay the price, especially when you're playing with a team that has good shooters. You never leave these guys open because they will make you pay, right? But other than that, what I see from them last night was much better than what I've seen in the previous game. The point is now for these guys is they have to get their the defensive effort up. They have to make sure that you're guarding the perimeter. Don't leave your perimeter open because when a guy is hitting threes, it can be a deadly, deadly thing when you have a team that's hitting threes all over the place. So your defense got to be pay attention to the offensive threat, and also still, we have to have more than one guy scoring at a high clip. We can't say, okay, we're going to go to sleep with Siakam alone. Everybody has got to stand up. So the game in totality wasn't a bad game. It's just like, end up like all the other games that we played, we end up losing. But there are some welcome signs that I can take away from that game and said, you know what? the way how it was played, they were heading in the right direction, and then also providing the fact that Siakam had scored a lot. He scored 35 points, so we need to see that continuous effort from him. So mostly, so now moving forward, all of the games that we played, he can put up a lot of points on the board. And like I said, it all goes back to the defense. If the defense decide to really step up and play a more aggressive role, then we can pretty much start winning some games moving forward. So it all depends on what's going to happen from here on in. Like I said, we see some positive signs of what's been happening so in this game, but like I said, we made some bad deals that are hurting us and been hurting us from the whole season by deciding to, not give Serge Ibaka or even Gasol the deal that makes sense for them, and now they all go off to LA, and here we are. So what you have right now are Baines, Lin, and Boucher. Still, I don't think Boucher is getting a lot of minutes, but yes, the size is a matter is a factor, because when you have bigger guys with bigger body, these guys can just knock Boucher around because these guys have more meat on them. And like I said, as far as Baines go, I'm not really, I'm not really excited or really interested in Baines' game. I don't think he's bringing a whole lot. I don't think he's playing fairly well on the defensive end, and he's not scoring either, and he's not scoring fairly well. So I think for that is we need to as far as our defense go, Lynn plays well too, but like I said, the defense on the Raptors, man, as far as big guys go, that's where we're lacking. And I think is if they can get the defense up and get the defense in a much better place, then we can start winning games because our defense will get better. But like I said, what I can say is the scoring last night has been very well. To me, that's a welcome sign. Will these guys take it and move forward? That remains to be seen. But as it stands right now, we're now what is 6-1. So we lost 6 games out of 7, and we only won one. So the next game, I don't know who's the next team who we're gonna play next. I guess we have to find out who the next team is. But as far as we know, that we're still doing an East Coast swing, and then we'll see how I guess the rest of the season play out, and how the Raptors, if this can be a turning point for the Raptors, because that was a welcome sign that we saw last night. So if this is a turning point, that would be good. So what we'd have to do is just stay tuned and see what happens. Okay, so this is just a short recap of what happened last night. So we'll stay tuned until the next game, and then we'll do some giving my thoughts on the next game. But my thoughts in this game is we had some welcome signs from Siakam, and it looks like he's kind of starting to turn the corner. So we'll see what happened in the next game, and then we can say, all right, he's back on. So first game. That we've seen him come to life, and he was more aggressive. He was more looking to attack the rim, made some threes in that game, which is really, really welcoming because we wanted to see that a long time from Siakam. So as long as he can keep that up, that can put us in a good direction. We just need to see the other players in the team step up. Norman Powell got to step up because he's just not in a good place. He's not defending well. He's not scoring well. So those are things that, needs to get tightened up. But as it stands right now, things are looking, so for the Raptors in terms of scoring. So we just have to hope that these guys can keep it up. Okay, so till next time, that's just my update. So we'll see you again on the next post game commentary. Okay, so the next time, guys, have a good one.